Hello, everyone. Let's expand upon what Neville meant when he said the concept of self is most important. For those of you who know or may not know, or if you've read Shakespeare, all those characters that he wrote all have a piece of him in there. If you've ever written anything, any poetry, anything, you are in it. How could you not be in it? Right? Your concept of self is who you are. And whatever it is that you want to experience, you have to put you in it. For instance, I love natural light. So any home that I've ever lived in always had really big windows and lots of them. Why? Because I love light, right? What if you are outdoorsy, you love to go into the mountains, you love to go driving? Well, then you're going to have a 4x4 that is raised and good for clearance, because that is your essence, the essence of exploration. What if you want a relationship? Well, then who are you? Who are you? If you're somewhat naughty, well, then you're going to want someone who likes the naughty side of you. Do you see it?
Oof.
If you love to laugh, well, then you're going to need a jokester. The whole point of the matter here is, in order to have an authentic experience, you must know who you are. You can't be your mother, you can't be your father, because then you're going to have their experiences. So who are you? What is your concept of self? If your concept of self is, nobody cares about me, I'm so lonely, nobody wants to be my friend, I really don't have any good qualities. If that is your concept of self, well, then you can only experience things and people and situations that confirm what you are. Let's go back to that house. The first thing your realtor asks you is, what do you want in a house? Well, what you want in a house is dependent upon who you are, your concept of self. Angela, I don't know who I am. Really? We always know who we are. It's just a matter of, are we willing to accept it? And the reason sometimes we do not accept who we are is because who we are has been somewhat tainted by the opinions of others. If you don't know who you are, you sit down and you say, well, what do I like? And you'll start to answer that question, and then something else will happen. But I like this, but Mom said, you know what, I like art, but Dad said, I love to dance, but, my aunt said. Do you see now why we are so sometimes confused by our concept of self? Because we've allowed the opinions of other people to taint our concept of self. How do you stop that? You stop that by following your natural inclination. If your natural inclination is to dance, well, then dance. Nobody's stopping you from dancing. Nobody is stopping you from dancing. Right? If your natural inclination is to sketch, to draw, to paint, to sculpt, then do it. And the only reason why you don't do it is chances are, somebody's going to laugh at you. Oh, well, that's not Picasso. That's not Michelangelo. No, but it is you. Do what you are naturally inclined to do, and the opinions of others be damned. That is your concept of self. But sometimes, as I say, the opinions of others can cloud our judgment. But you notice how the opinion of someone can cloud your judgment, but you are still inclined to do the thing that you're drawn to do in the first place? What does that tell you? That desire that comes from within you, that knowing of self, is stronger than any opinion from the exterior. It is. It may only cloud you for a time, but it cannot stifle or snuff out what you actually are. And do you notice the thing that you're naturally inclined to do not only uplifts you, but uplifts other people? It never causes harm. Ponder that for a bit. So be encouraged today to know that your concept of self is truly the most important thing, and it is the blueprint from which we use to create our experiences in this world. So if you don't know who you are, what is it that people say? You can't do this. There's no money to be made in that. Do you know why they say that? Because they are afraid of following their own inclinations. Always understand that of the other person. They are only trying to dissuade you because they are afraid. And fear is like a contact dermatitis. It spreads when you touch it. All over you. That's what fear does. Right? So again, be encouraged today to follow your natural inclination because it is your very essence. It is your concept of yourself. And once you fully embrace your concept of yourself, look at how many beautiful experiences you can actually create. Much love.